Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So today's the day we are bidding farewell to one of the rigs here. Well, I should maybe just loop it into those three here. So most of you were guessing the, oh, we got a buggy feature, guys. Got a buggy feature. Buggy, say hi. Peanut, we got peanut feature.
Bye.
What'd you say?
Hi YouTube, I'm going to school and I'm gonna fuck.
Oh, well said, well said. Today's her first day of school, first day of the kindergarten. So between that and selling the rig here today, it made sense to take the day off of work. So that's what we did, and yeah, kind of bittersweet getting rid of one of these rigs here. Most of you were guessing a 4Runner, and for good reason. Right? I mean, I've already had a few 4Runners at this point, and well, I guess I've had a few of each of them at this point, as ugly as that is to say. But the 4Runner, when it comes to size, it's not the most conducive, right? I mean, the Land Cruiser is better. The Land Cruiser is the best of all these, of course, especially if you have a family. The FJ Cruiser perhaps is the most promising when it comes to future resale. Each of them have their perks. I mean, there's a ton of versatility within the 4Runner. Better price point for sure. The Luna Rock is sweet, not as special because they're offering it for the 2022 TRD off-road. Blah, 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 blah. I can go on for a long time between all three of these here. But the one I am getting rid of is, I'll say unfortunately, the Land Cruiser. So I did not post it for sale. I didn't try to push it. And of course, I could easily have said no when the gentleman reached out. He actually, his wife reached out on Instagram. They were super nice. They said, hey, I know it's a shot in the dark, but any chance you would be willing to sell your Land Cruiser? We've been looking for a while. And I mean, although I wasn't really entertaining that idea, they offered a price. I countered with a different price, and they said, okay, let's rock and roll. So there was very little back and forth between them. Have I seen these sell for more than what I'm getting? Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, me selling it for any more than what I did, I don't know if I would have felt right about that at all. So I'll tell you the number. I sold it for $100,000 exactly. And you guys have seen, some dealerships are getting super greedy, posting it for, the one I posted the other day was 107, right? And it had a huge dent in it. I've seen them posted for 120, 125, and a couple of you sent me the same one, the $130,000 one. And you guys are saying that they're selling, and we don't know exactly for how much, of course, but bottom line is, I know they are fetching 100,000 plus, semi-consistently with the remaining ones out there. So is 100 grand a great deal? I don't know. I mean, but what I do know is, how much I paid for it, and how much I put into it with the the KO2s, Bud built sliders, and the Princey roof rack. So I know how much I put into it, and like I said in my previous video, it was just barely worthwhile to me, and I mean that, for it to be something to pursue. So I'll let you kind of do the math there. You guys remember how much I paid for it. I posted that in my original video of it. It's $85,000. Then I put the little bits and pieces into it. Not to mention it was the pain and effort of trying to, I shouldn't say it like that, but the effort in getting it right, actually flying out to Knoxville, to Tennessee there, and actually picking it up. So was it Tennessee? Yeah, Tennessee or Kentucky. Yeah, it's Tennessee. So yeah, a little bit of a pain and logistics issue trying to get it. But like I said, I mean, it was worth it when it came to that, and it allowed for the truck to happen, without any loans or anything. So just getting the Tundra back, which was nice. So, and you guys have heard me kind of meow about the fact of just having 3 SUVs, which I thought I was going to be able to make work, and we did, and we would continue to make it work, I'm sure. I don't want to be too first world problem here. But as you guys know, I mean, folks who have a truck, like, it helps tremendously to have a truck bed, that you can throw 100 bags of mulch in and get dirty. So it feels good to have the Tundra back, and fully paid off. Whereas I did have a loan. I had a loan on the Land Cruiser here. So it gets rid of that. It gets rid of that payment. So it just allows for a little bit more breathing room is all. Does that justify selling it? No, but you know, when it comes to just making a couple dollars on it too, altogether, it barely made it worth it. So there's full transparency. I know some of you appreciate that. Some of you like to dissect it and get bent out of shape about it, but I still think it's worth it to share that with you. Oh, we got another peanut feature. Bye. See you later, Peanut. But there you have it. I just want to make this the final tribute farewell video. The gentleman I'm selling it to is super cool. I talked with him quite a bit yesterday evening, and you know, I'm happy that it's going to him. He has, you know, 3 kiddos of his own, so it really is a perfect rig for him. And unlike me, he is the type to own a vehicle for several years and enjoy it, and he has already big plans to take it up to Colorado regularly to enjoy it in all of its glory. So it is going to quote unquote better hands for sure, who will actually get better use out of this than me. I'll say that admittedly. So we'll just kind of take the next couple minutes here, and I'll just kind of, I guess mainly for my own sake and record's sake, looking back at it, and I guess reminiscing and regretting down the road, just kind of showing it to you guys. So when it comes to numbers, you guys know, if you're a regular on my channel, you know how many of these are produced. In 2020 is when they offered this Heritage Edition with the gold wheels, the bronze wheels, you know, the Heritage badging, darkened chrome, darkened headlight housing. So they offered 1,200 of these. 600 of them were in the midnight black metallic, and 600 were in the blizzard pearl white. Then in 21, the final year of it, they offered magnetic gray metallic, which is this, right? And then this classic silver as well. So only 200 classic silver and 200 magnetic gray metallics were produced in 2021, and the remaining were offered in the blizzard pearl and midnight black. So extra special when it comes to even the color combination. So let me know what you guys truly think, and I agree that it's going to go up in value. But what do you honestly think the next 10 years will look like for this Land Cruiser? And perhaps I'll look back at this video and extra kick myself when I'm watching it through in 10 years from now, assuming YouTube is still a thing, and then come that time. But I always love watching the old videos of people talking about their FJ Cruiser Trail Teams Ultimate Editions. I love watching them walk around, and you know, they're talking about it and how much they paid for it, and some of them even gripe about the price being $38,000, right? And then nowadays that same vehicle is worth $50,000 to $60,000 depending on the mileage, right? So I wonder if we might have, you know, we have the same recipe here. It's now kind of a forbidden fruit, no longer offered. And we as Americans are often the type to always lust after and want what we can't have, right? It is crazy how, you know, your perspective and your opinions of things change, you know, after just owning something or having it or looking at it so much. I remember thinking that this was just so old and just antiquated, just very ugly. But now when I look in here, I'm just like, wow, this is just beautiful. And the whole setup here, just looking at that, I'm like, okay, that's kind of ancient, kind of screams 2008. But as I look at it now, and especially the feel and the finishes of everything, like, this is metal. This is legit metal in here, and you know, beautiful stitching. You really grow to appreciate it after driving it and sitting in it for a while. I'll show you the back. This is one thing that immediately jumping into that Tundra, it's like, okay. Then it starts making sense, you know, as you drive the kiddos around with the huge 10 acres in that Tundra over there. I'll go show you that for fun real quick and we'll wrap it up. But these Bud-built sliders, those were a pain to get on. So I'll remember that for a while. Hey, Bogey. Hey, Bogers. So there you have it, guys. Gonna miss it, but it's going to a good owner, and he'll treat it like a Land Cruiser should be treated, I think. So rest assured that that is a good piece of the equation. I'll show you the back seat space of this half-acre crew cab here. And not to mention, so I mean, this is huge. Absolutely freaking huge. And the kiddos love it. Jet, do you love the truck? I'll take that as a maybe. That's a maybe for now. All right. Well, I made this video long enough, and I know for a fact I'm gonna get beat up, but that's okay. This is just me taking you guys on the crazy train journey. But it's gonna be FJ, 4Runner, and Tundra. So it feels good to have the two matching TRD Pros again as the regular dailies. Of course, my wife's gonna daily the 4Runner, and I'll drive the Tundra. And we had that once before with the Army Greens, if you guys remember. So that feels good to be back in that boat. And who knows, later down the road we might consider getting a Sequoia if the size becomes an issue moving forward. So we'll see what that looks like. Alright guys, well, I'll wrap up the video there. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think I'm a total dippy because of this. I expect that, but appreciate you watching as always. Till next time.